Blastfurnace, another, I think, approaching 30, but not quite. I think 27 must be 28. Blastfurnace number 28 this week. So good to see some new faces and also some old ones. So for those of you that are here for the first time, just a bit of a sort of a rundown of the structure of these events every week. So effectively we break the night into 3 sections. So the first section generally is we have someone come and explain a bit of tech, programming language. It can also be hardware. We definitely have some hardware-based events. Cut back on them, I guess, with reference to the contact stuff of late, but hopefully into the new year we can get back into some more hardware-based stuff. They'll present on the tech, they'll explain what it is, what it does, why it's important, how to use it. We have a pizza break where we just for half an hour have some pizza, have some drinks, and network and chat and just sort of see who's who around and what they're doing, and see if there's something aligns maybe with how you're working or what you're trying to achieve. Get a fairly mixed variety of people in here, so it's pretty good from a tech standpoint, especially if you're sort of battling through something. And then after the pizza break is when we actually sort of all get our hands dirty and start trying to build something, write some code, play with the tech that was presented in the first half. So that's a very generalized structure that we run through every month. Often we start getting our hands dirty a bit before the pizza, or start at least trying to get our machine set up and stuff like that, but that's sort of what we're shooting for anyway. As always, I'd like to give a bit of a nod first to the CISP guys. So they sponsor the event, basically put up the drinks and the pizza, and they have helped us with the space. So Dashworks Makespace, who then generously give us the space to use for the blast furnace. So big thanks to them. This also reminds me to tell you that the bathroom's just behind the false wall there, and the fire exit is the entrance. All right, so basically this month we're going to be having a look at Flutter, which is a cross-platform, I don't want to say platform again, framework for mobile app and web development using a single code base. And Matt is going to be presenting it to us and showing us how to use it. Next month, we're going to be looking at Auth0 with Clay from the Newcastle Coders Group. So if any of you have been to the Coders Group before, you'll know Clay. If you haven't, you'll meet him. Newcastle Coders Group, similarly to us, once a month. It's actually on the first Wednesday of the month typically, but it's been shut off since COVID, so he hasn't quite kicked that back up since March. But that's another good one if you want to sort of get in the tech scene. Bit more generalized, not interactive like this, but they'll cover a heap of technical topics in depth. And anyway, he's going to show us a bit about Auth0, which is just a way to bring authentication into your web apps in a secure way. As always, if you want to support the event, we do sell the shirts. You'll see some of the guys wearing, including myself, and basically the money from the sales go back into funding the event. Any pictures or anything you want to take, feel free to tag us. And right now, this is the Wi-Fi creds. So jump on. I think Dash Guest is the 5 gigahertz. So it's probably going to be the one with the less interference. But if you have trouble connecting to that, the 2.4 seems to work as well. And otherwise, I can share that. Now, the other thing is I don't know if we're going to be needing to do it too much tonight because Matt sort of prepped the slides pretty well, but sometimes we share files or links or something on Slack. We used to push our Blastfurnace Slack channel, but I'm actually now focusing on getting everyone on the Newy Slack channel. So we have a Blastfurnace channel within the Newy Slack group. So if you're not on Newy Slack, let me know, because if you're interested in sort of being involved in the tech scene here in Newcastle, Newy Slack's what you want to be on. If you don't know what Slack is, again, let me know. But I can, if you're not on there, just come to me with your email, and I'll get you an invite into the Newy Slack channel, and then also the Blastfurnace group. All right, I'll leave it to you, Matt.
Hey guys, so my name's Matt. I've been doing a software internship with Cam for a little bit now, and we've started using Flutter at Safi, which is Cam's company, and it's pretty awesome. I've been starting to mess around with it, and Cam's just asked me to make a presentation and show you guys a bit about it. So let's get started. Has everyone got the Wi-Fi password? Is everyone set up? Awesome. Cool. So as Cam said, what is Flutter? So Flutter is Google's user interface toolkit for building awesome natively compiled applications for mobile devices like apps, for like web, so like a website, and also desktop apps. So it does, and the best thing about Flutter is you write it once, and then it just you tell it basically what you want to compile to. So either like an iOS app, or a website, or a native Windows app, and it can compile that code into like all three, three platforms. So so here's so you can develop applications for Android devices, iOS, Linux, Mac, Windows, and the web from one single code base. So it's pretty cool, and because that's a bit of a big problem with like kind of smaller apps, like so Spotify would probably have enough money to develop an Android, an iPhone, and a website all independently. But say if you're a small company or looking to get started and just want to save a lot of time and money, you can just code it once, and then you've got basically 4 platforms that you can use. So there are other frameworks, they're called, out there that you can choose to do this kind of thing. But the advantage of Flutter is it caters to many platforms, and it natively compiles on like each device and platform. So instead of, I'll show you here, so some alternatives are React Native and Ionic. You might have heard about them. React Native is developed by Facebook, and Ionic is an independent company. But the disadvantage with like React Native is when it converts it into an app, only some of it gets converted into like that platform, and then some stays as like JavaScript, which like when you're trying to convert run like a high performance app that needs a lot of work to be done, like it can slow it down and bottleneck the app like a lot, because you're basically running the code, then converting it to JavaScript, running it again, and then converting it back to the native app, and then it's going to run again. Whereas with the Flutter one, it's just converted once, and it can run on whatever, basically. Another advantage of Flutter over like React Native is it's not compiled. So it can compile, and it's got the iOS and the Android user interface components, whereas React Native it compiles beforehand, and what that means is you can say, all right, I want to have a button here, and when you compile it over with React Native, it'll look different depending on what platform you're using. So the web browser button might be different, or it might be using the Android button set or an iPhone button set, and they all look different, and that can cause problems later on and just create a bit of inconsistency. But with Flutter, what you do is it's just compiled all as one. So you import the button you want. You can import like an iPhone button or an Android button if you like that style, but that style is going to stay consistent over each platform, basically. Awesome, so we'll move on. So I'll give you a few examples of some apps and things that you can build on Flutter. These are developed by Google itself. And basically, because you're compiling, like I've said a zillion times, one app, you can make it look consistent across all apps. So you can do anything, and it looks, if you've got a good design taste, me and Cam have discussed this a lot, if you've got a good taste of design, you can make anything look really nice. So this is a basic app that you just got to log into, and you can make a full-on like budgeting app, or like a ticket recording, or a fashion app. So it's very, very, I guess, like I don't know what the right word is, but not deployable, like modifiable, I guess, across like everything. And I think I'll try and show you one cool thing about this. So say if I wanted to make it look, you can change the web browser to look what phone you like, and it's reactive, so it'll detect like the width of the screen, and it'll change it depending on well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, so there you go, it'll change it, the app, depending on like the screen size, which is another cool advantage of it. So what are we going to do today? I'll quickly show you our triggered app. Ooh. So like I said, me and Cam have been working with Flutter quite a bit, and our first project that we wanted to take on to just try and get a taste of what you can use Flutter for and the capabilities of it is we're developing like a trigonometry app that you can use in like primary schools to teach, or maybe high schools to teach kids about trigonometry. So to get the kids out of the class, you can say, all right, we're going to go find out the height of a tree. And so here's our trig, and we're going to go get the angle of how high the tree is. So we'll walk up to, so imagine this is like a phone in the real life, I guess, and you would take your phone outside and you would look up and you'd be like, all right, I'm going to grab this angle. And so it's going to be 27 degrees up, and we're going to set that. And then you can enter how far away you are from that, like said tree. So say we're going to walk 10 meters away. And then as long as we've like done everything right, and we're maybe holding the phone maybe like a meter off the ground or 2 meters off the ground, we'll go 1.5. It'll figure out what the height of the tree is going to be, and it'll teach them like how basically to work that out. So that's one basic example, and this is built using Flutter, and we made this in like about 4 days. It only took us to build. It wasn't very long at all. And in that, you can do, just import like packages in your code, so that way you can grab like the camera feed from a phone, or the camera feed from a camera feed from a laptop, or even the gyroscope, I guess, is that, or the yeah, basically the input from the phone, and you can use that in your app easy. And it's as easy as just going import sensor package, and then looking up the right basically variable, so like maybe phone dot gyroscope input, and then it only took us 4 days to build this awesome app. So yeah, what are we going to do? We'll build a basic cross-platform app, and we're going to deploy it to the web to go that step further and show that you can develop, an iOS, an Android app, and a web app, but then you can also deploy this app really easily to the web, and it's really like the one and all framework to use that we've come across so far. The reason that we haven't gone and built so we'll build this app and it'll work for Android and iOS, but to try and test it and deploy it to like an iPhone or an Android, we need to download basically a whole simulator and the operating systems for those things, and it can take a bit while to get going. And it was just easier to deploy it to the web to see, rather than deploying it to an actual phone or a simulator. Sweet. Are there any questions so far? We're going a bit fast. Should probably slow down a little bit.
If they want to get the slides.
Oh yeah, 100%. So it'd be awesome if you guys could grab the slides on the internet. So just go onto Google and type in Blastfurnace Newcastle, because there's a few things you might have to download if you haven't got them already. And just wait a second. And then go to the third link down this Blastfurnace website, blastfurnace.com.au. And then scroll down and click on this View Lesson button here. Cool. All right, well, let's get started. Now, this bit might take a bit of a while, but what we'll get you to do is click on this link here, and it takes you to the Flutter Install page, and we're just going to get everyone to install onto their device. That way we can basically all create an individual app. So no matter what platform you are, you can just follow this tutorial along that it gives you, or you can ask one of us for help. I've got one here. So has anyone not got it downloaded yet? Yeah, you're right. And if you want as well, you can install this, it's called an IDE, but basically it's just a glorified text editor, and it's called Visual Studio Code. And so we'll write all our stuff in that, and it'll make it look nice and pretty. And there's a few plugins we can get that help us out along the way. Cool. So what you're going to do is, once you got that downloaded, if you've already got it set up, don't worry about this, but we'll just make sure everyone's got it set up. We're going to extract the folder into basically into like another folder, and make sure it's got a fair bit of like root access. So I just put mine in my like local drive, and it's just sitting there. It's just a Flutter folder, and it's got everything we need to build the apps. Now, to make things easier, we're going to just add Flutter into our path variables. So what that means is, like, once we open up like a terminal session, we can just run all the Flutter commands, like Flutter Run, from wherever we are, and we don't have to be in the right directory. So now that everyone's got that one set up, what I'll get you to do, if you set it up right, I'll get you to open like a terminal session. So that is also, what's it called? It's command prompt in Mac, is it? See it.
Terminal in Mac.
Oh, it's terminal in Mac. Command prompt. Oh yeah, I got it mixed up. No worries. So what we should be able to do is write Flutter, and we can use, if we've set up the path variables right, what we're going to do is switch over to the beta of like the beta channel of Flutter. That's just so we can use the web stuff as well. So we hit that one. Awesome. So I'm switched over. Cool. And now we're going to, in the same terminal session, so now we're going to like create an app. So how it works is we're just going to, in that same terminal session, CD into somewhere that we want the app installed. So what we can do is, like, I'm going to install it. I'm going to go on my desktop. So if I navigate to my desktop, where is it? Here. I'm just going to copy this one here and just paste that in, and we're in there. So just if you could just go into wherever. And then we're going to run the command Flutter create and my app, but you can call my app anything you want. That's just going to be the name of the app. So I'm going to do Flutter create my app, and if everything's working well, it should see it work its magic and start to spit out some code. Cool. So the next one we're going to do is we're just going to navigate into that directory that we've just created. So I'm going to go cd into my app. So now I'm like in the applications folder that's created, and I'm just going to update it to packages really quickly. Update -packages. If you guys get like stuck at all, just let us know. But there is an awesome tutorial as well on just on the Flutter website that takes you through how to do it, everything, and it's also like platform specific. But I think it's better if we try and follow along together. It's taking its time. Yeah, that's only because I just updated everything before to make sure I didn't have too much time. Geez, there is a lot to update by the looks of it. Is yours almost done, Eric? The fifth one? No, you can probably cancel it and move on if it's not working. Oh gosh. Righto. But what these are basically is all the packages that come stock with Flutter. But the cool thing about Flutter is like everyone's made their own packages. So if you want to do some intense math calculations, but you couldn't be bothered writing the code for it. Say it's like we used one that was converting, I think it was radians to degrees, and we just imported like a math package that someone had wrote, and then yeah, we could just chuck in the radians into like the function that it gave us, and it was able to spit that out, and that's how we've got the degrees thing there. And same for the sensor package. That was how we imported the camera feed into our app. So basically, everything is like, the cool thing about Flutter is it's already done for you, and there's awesome support up there. So I was literally like, I don't know how to do this. So I just wanted Flutter radians to degrees, and then someone had already done it for me, and it was pretty cool. So how are we all going? Are we all still downloading, or where are you guys at?
Just finished downloading.
Sick. All right, well, I'll just push on, and you guys can catch up. Don't worry if you're behind. So the next command I'm going to write is Flutter Run in Chrome. So usually I just write Flutter Run in, and then you can choose whatever, but we're going to make it run in like, so if I hit Flutter Run, it should give me some options on what to run with. Oh, it's just going to auto to my phone because I got it open. But I'm just going to make it run in Chrome. But if you have a different web browser, it will accommodate for that as well. Syncing files to Chrome. So my app is here. And the first time it'll take a bit of a while to boot up, but then we'll have our app and we'll be able to start actually putting stuff on there. Oh, come on. Sweet, that's the demo that they give you to start with. Cool. Well, that was going to be the hardest part, basically setting up, because there's so much that can go wrong with setting up, so many different platforms. But from there, now we've set it up, it'll be easy to develop because it's going to be look the same for everyone. And as you can see, like we've got their Android has the material package they use, like so it's like this app bar here, the blue one, and this button. Even the text that they use, like it's all their own, but we can change that to the iPhone app bar or an iPhone plus button, but it's just stock standard to the Android one. Did you want to have dinner now, Kit? Yeah, sick. So now we've got it all set up. Our next one we'll be able to fly through it, and we're going to add a title, a text widget, text field input, and a navigation button. And then we'll be able to deploy it and say we've got an app on the internet. How'd we go? Same error? Same error, different line.
Yeah, it's the same error.
Oh, that's all right.
It's a bit scratched up.
Oh, I have no idea why. Maybe we have to point it to where oh, did you? I'm just wondering what I'll quickly go grab the commands up.
Sure. I'm going to try Edge.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Figure as much.
Go Flutter config and that one.
Flutter config.
Oh, fingers crossed. If this works.
Oh, downloading Web SDK. Didn't
Awesome.
do that before.
Sick. That should be it. And then it should open up a like the app on Windows. Oh, sorry, on Chrome.
Raise your hand if you're just here for food. And now raise your hand if you're here. Not one of them. Now raise your hand for Flutter. There you go. Alright, cool.
So it looks like everyone's got this working now. So we'll move on. All right, cool. So now we're going to add a title, a some text and a navigation button to your app, so that way you can. It's not going to look as good as one of these apps, but that's purely because my design skills aren't up there with the rest. But we'll see what we can do. Cool. So if you've got like a text editor or an IDE open, what I'll get you to do is I'm just going to open up my VS Code, but you can literally just actually, yeah, you can just actually the best thing to do is probably open it up in the VS Code. Sweet. So this is the advantage of like using something like this. You can open up and you can see all your folders on your left and navigate really easily. And if you install like the right plugins, it can color code it, so that way you're not getting mixed up. And if something doesn't look right, it'll break the colors. So I'm going to open up my app. .save. Cool. So go into the lib folder and then open up the main.dart text file. And it should look like something like this. Yours may not have the pretty colors. That's totally all right. And what this main.dart file is, it's actually this main page here. And how it's working right now is it's a stateful widget. And so Flutter, it uses the Dart language, and Dart's made up of just a bunch of widgets. So you think you want to create some text on the page, you use a text widget. If you want to add a button, you add a button widget. If you want to navigate somewhere, you use a navigation widget. And so literally everything all the way up to like a page or a class is actually a widget. So it's very much a widget inside a widget inside a widget. So we'll scroll down to our build, and this is what actually builds and what the user sees. And we've got a scaffold here, and you can see our app bar. This is actually our app bar here. So if we we'll change and put some text in here to say my tic-tac-toe app. We'll save that. And we'll go to the terminal session where we ran our app, and we'll just hit R to restart it. And it should change it on your browser. So once again, just here, the app bar. We're going to go to the app bar widget. We're going to change the title and put some text in there. And we're going to call it my tic-tac-toe, and just to, so again, we go on to here and we make it refresh. So pressing R, and it should change on the browser. So if you're using like a cool text editor, like Visual Studio Code, if you want to grab some plugins or extensions, you can go over to this left bit here. I think it's also in, where is it called? Internal. Did you have the sidebar on Mac? I don't think you did you? Oh, IntelliJ. All right, it should be the same, like similar. You've just got to find where you can grab plugins, probably settings, extensions, and yeah, type in Flutter, and you can grab like ones that'll auto color it for you. Did you get the text changed?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, sick. So so one advantage of Flutter is it has that hot reload. So basically all we did there was change the text and then reload the app. We didn't actually have to rebuild it and recompile it and then redeploy it. You literally just have to basically save it, and then it'll refresh it, I guess. Cool. We're going to change the background. So how it's running at the moment is we've got a scaffold widget, and a scaffold is basically the structure of our homepage. And you can have a scaffold on each page that you create, and each one can have like its own app bar, or it can have the same app bar. What we're going to do, if you hover over, so next to the app bar, we're going to add, just change the background color, and we're going to change it to the light blue. So if you just type in that code, it should change it there. And then hit save. Oh, actually, I'll make sure it works on mine. Save that. Reload it. Sweet, so it's changed there. Cool. Cool, and then we're just going to delete all this mess that they've auto-filled in there, and we're going to build it from the ground up, because I think that's the better way of doing it. So, to structure things in, like on an app screen, we're going to use a column widget, and what that does is make a column, and all its children are going to be like on one after another. So we're going to go column like that. And then...
So before you just deleted all the body, did you?
Yeah, I just deleted all of the body.
Everything inside the body?
Yeah. So everything in the column I got rid of.
In the body?
Yeah. No, you don't need center. So once you got that, we're going to put a text widget in there, and we're going to give it the sign up text, and we're going to add a style to it, and that text style is going to be the font size of 30. And then once you've done that one, go into the terminal and hit the R button again, and you should have the sign up text at the top of the column like that. So basically, what the column does is it allows us to add multiple widgets that just follow each other like a column. So what I'll show you is, like, say if we add a bunch of sign up text, and then we're going to save those and reload our page. See how it's putting them on top of each other? But if we change this to like a row, it would do the opposite. So it would put them all next to each other. So you don't have to do that. I'm just showing you how it works. Yeah, I should have done that. Eh? That's all right. Cool. So what we'll do next is we've got our sign up title, and we're going to add a row. And in that row, we're going to have like a question and a text field for the user to enter some information. So I'm going to type in row, and it's going to have some children. So the first thing in the row, we're going to have another text field, and it's going to say, what is your name? So when I refresh it, should look like something like that. So we're going to put a comma here to separate our two widgets, and put something next in the list, and it's going to be a text field. And what's it going to look like? It's going to basically, I'll copy this one in. Right, I should have definitely opened this up in that. I've broken it. It's alright. What is coding without breaking it? You're right, I'm going to do that. Cool. Oh, it's because I had that there. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Reddit. Scroll down. Oh yeah, I totally forget that you guys are watching me. And my chaotic brain as well is just like jumping up and down and going left and right. Yeah, cool. Sweet. So once again, we're going to have a text field widget, and it's going to be where the user inputs their information. So if we're on like a phone and we hit a text field and we pressed on it, it would open like up a keyboard, but because it knows we're on a browser, it's just going to let us enter stuff from the keyboard. Look, I can't promise this is going to work, this code. So give me 1 second and I'll copy over the working code. Why isn't this working, Cam? It's fine, I don't want it to be there anyway.
Very quickly, what do you think about bacterial abuse?
Oh, it's growing, that's all I can say.
There you go.
Alright, there we go. So what it needed, so sometimes like our fields, they need a container to be put in, otherwise they don't know like what size to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the text field widget in a container, and that way we can specify the size of it. So say we just want to make it 100 pixels by, I don't know, 500 pixels, or that's a lot of pixels. Restart that one. And awesome. We have a text field. They're not quite aligned with each other, but it's close enough. So a cool thing you can do with Flutter is you can query the size of the screen, and so say it's going to, or the width of the screen, sorry. And then say if you didn't want it to be, if you want it to be reactive to like what screen it's on, you could have it 20% of the screen, or you could have it the full width of the screen. I'm just going to set it to 20% to make it a bit more reactive. There we go. That's what we want. Cool. So what Max just said, we're asking the user what their name is using this text widget. And then we've got a text field for the user to enter into their name. So we may as well update their name and say hello backwards. So what we're going to do is move up a little bit, and I'll go into here, and we're going to grab this set state, and we're going to call increment counter, and we're going to change this to set name, and we're going to pass it a string, which is going to be underscore name. And what it's going to do is we're going to delete this counter variable, and we're going to have a string variable, and we're going to just call it the user's name, and we're going to just set it to nothing to start off with, something like that. And here we're going to set our name equal to underscore name. Sick. So what we're doing now is in this widget, we're going to have a variable called name, and it's going to be the type string, which is like a word. And what we're going to do is once we've typed in something into the text field, we're going to set the name of like this variable to whatever we type in. So we're doing that by down here, we'll go on changed. So every time this text field widget changes, we're going to set the name, like underscore set name, to the text that comes in like that. And it should work. So just here, this little bit here, we're going to go underscore set name to the text that's coming in. So I'll explain it again, just in case I'm rushing too quickly.
So the on change event is in the text field, is it?
Yeah, it's in the text field. So every time this change field changes, it's going to have a variable called text, and that's going to be whatever the user types into here. And we're going to run a function which sets the name to this variable here, which is called text. And then we're going to go and create the function here called setName. And we've got to put it inside a set state, which refreshes the app. So we better quickly, down here, we're going to add another thing to our column. So we've got a text widget here, we've got our row widget, and then underneath that, we're going to have a text again, and it's going to be a string that says hello, and then a cash sign, and our name variable. Like that. So, I'm not running it here anymore. We're going to restart the app and see how just here it's just hello by itself, and then I'm going to type in my name, and then it's going to be hello Matt. So now we're grabbing the variable from a text field and we're printing it out, which is basically like what you can break down any app to. It's taking users' input, doing something with that input, and producing an output for the user. How'd you go, Gam? Sick, you've got it working. How'd you guys go? The thing, so Flutter, so this language is called Dart, and it's written by Google. It's really like, I guess, it's quick to write, but if you're not like used to it and looking at it from like another point of view, it's not very easy to follow on, because it looks like just a bunch of words inside a bunch of other words basically, and that have got funny indentations. But once you work with it for a while, you get to see like what's going on with it, and you start to see I guess how it makes sense from a user interface kind of point of view. How'd you go? Did you get it? So we've got our homepage working, and just to speed things up a little bit, so you guys now can basically work with this and create like your own app. So you're taking user input and you're doing something with it. So from there you can add buttons, you can add, I don't know, animations. They're all going to be widgets. So whatever you want to do, this is how I work on basically whenever I'm working with Flutter. I literally just type in like how to add or Flutter navigation or something like that. And you go to the Flutter website, and they've got a full tutorial like on how to do it. See the navigation recipes, sorry. Cool. So you can animate, navigate to a new screen, and it'll give you like the code and like a tutorial on what to do. So like there's so many tutorials out there, like people creating like Facebook and Instagram clones just to see if they can do it with it. And what I thought we'd do today, just because it's simple and easy, is we'd just copy some tic-tac-toe code into our Flutter app, and that way we've got something to deploy, and we can say like we've built this I'm not gonna, for like time's sake, we won't go through on how the tic-tac-toe works because I've just copied and pasted it. But like what me and Ken were talking about is we just want to show you like what Flutter is and what you can do with it, and basically set you up so that way when you go home and you have an awesome idea and you go, oh well, I actually know how to build that, and you'll be able to actually do it. So if you guys get stuck or anything, give us a message. But we'll continue on, and what I'll get used to do is go to we've got to add a navigation button. Whoops. Cool. Well, we better add this button in before we press on. Where is it? Here. Cool. We're just going to use the raise button widget. Cool. And it's going to have the child, so some text inside of it. Say, click here, certain name. And then on press, we're going to push them to our homepage. But we haven't got a homepage yet. But once you get that in, just let me know. Cool. So what that should look like now that you've written that. Well, you might be getting an error because we haven't got a good route in there yet. Yeah, it's not happy Jan, is it? On press. Just gonna comment out this. There we go. Yeah, so if you just go terminal and then go new terminal. Yeah, and then you can, it's just like you've got a terminal session then. You can, I'll go away. Sweet, so it's got a button here, and once you type your name in, it'll tell them to click here, Matt. So I've just commented out this little bit here because we haven't got, what's saying is on pressed, navigate, so push the user to this widget here, but we haven't got that widget here yet, so we'll go ahead and create them. And what I get used to do is go back onto the slides and go to step 7 and download them. So yeah, no worries. So what I get used to do is jump onto this pub spec YAML, and this is where you can download all your new packages. And we're gonna download, which ones are we gonna get? I can't even see. I'm on the wrong project. Cool, we're just gonna get this one here, URL launcher and HTTP. And we're gonna add them to our pub spec YAML. So I'll copy them and go to dependencies and add them there. And if I do that correctly. So now what we're going to do is head over to this site and download the code. So download zip. Open that bad boy up. And we're going to go all the way into the lib like we are now. And just copy and paste our 3 in. Into here.
For the people playing at home on Reddit, could you once again explain in like 2 sentences what you're doing and what Flutter is doing?
100%. So Flutter is a framework to make applications for iOS, Android, and web. And right now we're making our own web app. Cool. So once you've got these 3 files here from the download link, we'll just go to my app. Sorry, I'm just going to find mine. and we're going to paste them into here. So we figured out that we didn't have enough time to like do everything, so we're just going to copy and paste the code for tic-tac-toe in, and then we'll try and deploy it to the web and make sure it works. So that way you can go home and be like, oh, well, at least I built a website if nothing else. Cool. So I'll wait for you guys to catch up, and I'll make sure mine's working. Oh, I keep forgetting you guys are watching me. Cool. I'm going to restart mine and see if it worked. So now when you hit click here, it doesn't do anything. I'll do a big restart and see what it does. Oh, that's because we're not importing it. We just need to import this. So go up to the top and go import home.dart. Like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good bit of info. It's like critical for like getting routes going.
Yeah. Is mine working at the moment? I'm gonna stop mine and run it again. Oh, I got a problem, they say. Yeah, whatever, bro. Come on, come on. What's happening? Debug. Is it taking them to the home page?
Where's your import?
Tic-tac. Yeah, it's at the top there.
Home.
Maybe we just start
Are
them.
you on the home page?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You're right, I'll just figure mine out and then I'll try and figure your... I'm just going to copy and paste my data in. So yeah, once you've downloaded this thing here, I'm just going to do a complete reboot. So I'm going to delete all my crap there. Oh. Go into downloads.
Copy your main dart. Just check your import.
Oh, I just deleted it.
Well, I think there's an import statement at the top of the
Oh, I'm just going to reload it. I deleted it. Go back to desktop, my app. Sick. Righto. So if you copy the everything in, so main.dart as well, it should work. Yeah, that's it. Well, those of you that have got it going, if you want to type in Firebase, Google into Chrome, and even if you don't, we don't have to do the other bit. The more thing is about deploying a thing over to the website, I guess.
That's already signed in on his. So. Oh, okay.
That's all right. So just quickly sign in.
You just have to add a project. Suppose we can do a new project.
Yeah, just go new project. And then call it whatever you want. So we'll call it and then we don't need the Google Analytics unless you want to see who's using your app, I guess, and rig an election. Sweet. So what Firebase is like Google's database management, I guess, and you can just chuck your websites or your apps up on to there, so you can use Google servers instead of your own. Cool. And then just go back to the slide. And we quickly just need to install npm. So just in your terminal session, just go for Flutter create dot. Oh, yeah. Hold your horses, man. How'd you go? Did you create it? Sick. So this is pretty sick.
I always wonder how you
actually publish it. It's pretty mad, and you can see how many people using Google's Firebase. You can see how many people logging in, and you can test stuff. It's really cool.
So how much space do you get?
The Spark one is free, and I think I don't really know, but I know how it works is you get so many downloads per month, how many people access your site, and if your site takes off, it'll just click over the next plan, and you have to start paying $5 a month or something for storage. Yeah. So so the Blastfurnace one hasn't hit it.
Because you get $300 a month for credit.
Yeah, sick. So now just in the terminal session, what was it? Flutter create dash. Yep. Cool. That will create your web app basically. Sick. You're on a roll.
I missed the step here, so once I've done the Firebase account.
Yep. Go back into your terminal.
Yep.
You can just if yours isn't working, you can. Oh, you're actually ahead of the game. Don't even worry about me.
Oh, it works. Where do I type this?
Have you got the npm installed yet?
No.
Oh yeah, just go back one slide then. Other way. Cool. Oh yeah, follow that link there. Oh, go down. Cool. So now we've already created a web app. We've created a new project, and all we need to do is get the Node packet manager. And what that does is basically sends our web app up into the internet for us. So just follow that link there, or just type in get Node.js. Do you want me to run through it, Kim? Yeah. Sick. Just hit download, and then get your platform. Right, we're lucky. We're on a good network here. Otherwise, we'd be taking years.
Yeah, no, it's the good stuff. We've got here.
Only the best stuff. Double click on it, Cam, maybe. Oh, there you go. Oh, you have to hit more info. I've already got it. Yeah. Holy dooly. Yeah, he's doing internet speed. It's like 370 down. 370 meg download. That's insane.
Why don't I have that?
Yeah, why don't I have that home? Yes. Sick, you got the project working. Did you get Node?
I should already have it, I think.
Oh, sick,
So
yeah.
What was the Flutter create?
Um,
For? Is that like just packaging it up?
Yeah,
Everything?
yeah. Sorry that we had to go so fast. Cool. And then once you got Node installed, do you want to go back onto the slides? I think the next one. Thank you. That's all right. Well, it needs repairing every now and then. Cool. So we're going to just go in a new terminal session because we're going to go npm install the Firebase tools, that command just there.
Alright, so it looks something like this. npm 5 for short. Firebase dash.
I think so. It might have to be closed and then open up. Oh no, I've already got it. Oh yeah, sick.
I didn't install it correctly.
That's alright. Sick. It's flying along for you. How'd you go? Did you get it working?
Done me.
Is that installing or is that like?
I don't know. I just copied the command here.
That is awesome. That's exactly what I need. So did you guys create a Flutter project, a Firebase project?
No.
Sick. So yours is cooked. Don't even worry about it. Just yeah, just delete it. We'll just run off. Yeah. Did you get this to run?
No, not this one. Like I had my one running up until I added this. And then
It looks like it should work.
this is your one.
Yeah, sick.
In fact, if I just delete all these.
Yeah,
And
delete them
any
all.
references to the main.
And then even in your main, just delete your main and copy in my main.
This is your main now.
Oh, lit.
So I'll log in, Firebase login.
Yeah, Firebase login. Yeah, just delete it because like we don't need the tic-tac-toe to deploy it.
Yeah, I'm going to
It's it actually opens up a Chrome page from the terminal when you log in on Chrome rather than logging in on the terminal. I thought that was pretty sick.
So, what were you saying about this? What were you saying about this command? Yeah.
Oh no, it's pretty universal. So, like there's a cheat sheet.
So what's the command, Cam? Or is it Firebase login? Did you get the login working? Firebase login?
Yeah, no.
It didn't work?
Command not found.
That means there was a problem. What was the command? What, can you go back a slide? Yeah? Yes. Yeah, no, basically Node is like, it's a server, is that right? Server wrapper?
No, so the npm or Node package manager is a way to install, I guess, packages of code written in Node.js and Firebase Firebase tools is, I guess, one of those packages. You can distribute, you can basically write a whole bunch of useful functions.
So, which one didn't work?
Some of the login ones, I think Cam got the same errors that I got.
Mm.
And then I just ran that and it didn't like it.
Did you get the npm install Firebase tools?
Ooh, no, I didn't.
Try running that one. Because what that will do, hopefully that'll fix it. Holy, yours is working. See?
So which ones are these two?
Oh, you just want the hosting one.
So it's,
Oh, you just press down on the keyboard and then press space on the hosting one.
yeah.
Sick, and then, hit enter, sorry. And then go add Firebase to an existing project. Yep, that one. And it should do, scroll down. Oh, you've got a few Firebase ones already. Have you not created one yet?
I've never used Firebase before, so I don't know where this is.
Oh, that's so random.
I think these are things that I've done. But like,
Yeah, no worries. What we might do is just press. We'll start again and we'll create a new project basically. So go. What was it? Firebase. I think you logged in already. Hey, what was the next one after that?
was it ending?
Yep, that's it.
I'm just checking. Actually, just double check.
Oh yeah, that's, look at that. Sick. And then go through it and then just go create a new one instead. So. How'd you go?
No good. I'm just trying to do window. I don't know where I got it from, but I'd originally run this npm Firebase tool.
Yeah.
And then, so that came up that. I tried to run that and it didn't like it.
Oh my gosh. There's so much going on, you can't even follow it. That's like the definition of code, isn't it? Yeah, no worries. Well, where was the one that was working in? Sorry.
It's the login step that kind of, because I think Cam got the same, like these four high security vulnerabilities. I think he had that up on the screen anyway, so I was like, oh, well, that's obviously no issue.
Yeah.
I tried to do the login one, and it's like, no, I don't
Firebase
like it.
login.
So then I ran this one that's from the slide.
Yeah.
And then again tried Firebase login.
No.
And didn't like it. So I thought I'll try it in a new terminal window.
Oh, right.
But Firebase login, and I can't find it still.
Yeah, right. I just want to see what the error is on that one. It looks like it's a permissions thing. I wonder why not. But that's all right. This isn't an important step because basically what you've done is set up the app and now you can go and look at other Flutter apps and just copy and paste what you like into them. What we'll have to do is go and look up how to set up Firebase hosting for Mac, and then you'll have to go find it. Sorry about that.
That's right. But what is that basically doing? What is
Yeah.
the Firebase part?
Yeah, so Firebase is Google servers.
Okay.
It's just what they call their and that's what it's going to live. And what you had to do was we created the project. I'm pretty sure you got that far. And then all you have to do is then just link your current project to that account basically, and it just wraps it all up and then sends it into the internet. And it's pretty cool because then it gives you back a URL, and you can just copy and you can say, exactly right. And it's so cool because you do all this work and it's not doesn't work, and then eventually it just comes out with this random as URL, and you're like, that's my URL. That's it. And the cool thing is you can open it up on your phone and it'll look good as well because we built it for both. And then you can even so we're deploying it to the web, but you can run it on your Android phone as a native app instead of going to the website as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and you can do a lot with it. I thought the what was it, the whole I've got it on my phone, and you can do the whole the camera feed and the angle, and it actually works. It's sick. So yeah, it's pretty good. That's what it's meant to look like. I'm sorry.
No,
Oh, you got that far?
Didn't get the URL. Yeah, I've had the game going, so I've got it up there.
Oh.
It's just not.
Oh no! Oh, you got it so far.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
alright.
no, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, if I was a better designer, I would have made something. But I was like, we've got limited time.
And
Yeah.
people want to see an end product.
That's the big thing, yeah. And the whole deploying thing was to show you that, like, the end-to-end product is like, it could be the, yeah, that's it. You're right. Thanks for following along. Yeah, you're right.